Libra, greetings and salutations, my friends. We are here today to do your 5 card movie star spread. So, you have to excuse me, I'm talking all day, and my words have been eluding me as of late. There's a question of integrity here, but it's not a question about something that you have done. It's a question about something you're about to do. So let's not refer to it as integrity. Let's call it ethics. Okay, Libra? So this is you. You are in a point of expansion. You recognize that there is the ability to grow. Okay? There is a possibility of she's not resting on her laurels, but she's comfortable in knowing that she has a solid foundation, right? And threes are always going to be about expansion. This is a point of taking action. But if you notice, she's not exactly sweating. She's not laboring very hard. The action that she's taking is that of a diplomat, right? And that's you. But there is some communication that has been disrupted, okay? And disrupted by your own hand. To me, this feels more like holding back communication or holding back information, most likely with the best intentions, but it didn't necessarily have the outcome that you wanted. So now, because this card right here in the upright can often represent somebody bringing forth an apology, in the inverse next to the Empress and in between the Empress and the Four of Swords in the inverse, this tells me that you're thinking that you might owe apologies somewhere. That although what you did was not malice or intentional, your actions of holding back information hindered a growth period, not only for you, but for somebody else as well. And now that you're learning to get over that hurdle with this Empress, you're kind of like, oh, well, you know what? Maybe I should go tell the other person why this is what it is. I may have made a mistake by holding such and such back or this information or I didn't communicate properly, so on and so forth, because that didn't only hinder me, but it hindered other people's growth process. And the reason I say that is because there was a milestone that was missed. And it's not just one person here, right? There's two. There's two, Libra. So there was a foundation that was supposed to be laid in a particular time frame, and it wasn't. Now you know that you have the ability to correct this issue and still be able to get to that foundation. I'll tell you why in a minute. But you're recognizing that you have to go back and fix some communication problems in order to get where you need to go. So the journey here is the Wheel of Fortune in the inverse. The Wheel of Fortune here is to tell us that no matter what happens, there will always be ups and downs in life. And it is what we do and the direction that we go, which in what we're given, that tells us what's going to happen. This Wheel of Fortune is not about luck. It's about choice and what we choose to do. It deals more with the laws of karma than it does with the laws of attraction, right? And it's in the inverse. This tells me that you don't have 100% control of the situation. Your hands are off the proverbial steering wheel, if you will. And things just have to unfold. In the possible outcome, we have the King of Wands in the inverse, which is interesting to me. Because the King of Wands in the upright is known as a very benevolent leader. Somebody who is passionate about their cause. Actually, let's rephrase that. Somebody who is passionate about not only their cause, but about assisting others with their cause as well. He's a teacher as well as a leader. The King of Wands in the inverse is a title, not a leader at all. Somebody with authority. And authority gets you so far. You know, authority works off of consequence. Whereas a benevolent leader works off of inspiration. There are consequences to be had. This is the possible outcome. You can still change, right? And I had to explain this to Virgo too. Nope, sorry, this was in the inverse. I had to explain this to Virgo too. You have your protagonist, you have your antagonist, you have your overall theme, you have your journey, and you have your possible outcome. The purpose of this spread is to say, do I need to change something? Right? Do I need to change something in the direction that I'm going to change this possible outcome? In which I would say yes, because everything beyond the Empress, you want to be upright. You're considering trying to fix a communication issue. Have you thought about apologizing? You didn't reach the milestone to get the solid foundation that you wanted at this time frame. Were you only thinking of yourself? Or were you thinking of a group? You're looking at everything like, oh, I'll just take my hands off the steering wheel. But just taking your hands off a steering wheel, does that sound like a leader? Huh. So you have a title. But are you actually presenting leadership skills to go along with that title? Are you working off of just consequence? And are you now suffering the consequences of your own actions? Again, as I said in the beginning, this is a question of ethics. What will you do? Oh, sorry. It's a different setup than at home. I usually have the light behind the computer. Here you are with expansions again. This is about teamwork and celebration. And this is about endings, new beginnings, elevating, leveling up, if you will. So it's a question of ethics. What communication error do you need to fix to get the whole team back on track? Because right now you're feeling good. You're feeling like you can be that benevolent leader. But without the right communication, you might only end up with a title and no flock. That is something to think about. If a shepherd has no flock, he's just a man standing in a field holding a stick, right? What's the point? You know the right thing to do, Libra. Do you have the strength to do it? I hope you found a message that serves your highest good. I'll see you next time.